Also new today at 4 o'clock, the Charlotte Fire Association slamming medics' new response time procedure, saying that the move shifts medics' responsibility over onto the fire department.
Yeah, you might recall last week we told you this. Medic was announcing that it could take up to 30 minutes to respond to non-emergency calls, and it's all because of a staffing shortage. Lana Harris explains how this could impact your family.
Yeah, so typically when you call 911, the fire department and an ambulance immediately rush to the scene. Well, with this new medic policy, only the fire department rushes to the scene if it's a life-threatening emergency, and the ambulance comes as soon as it can. Well, the Charlotte Fire Association says that this policy is sparing medics resources at the expense of the fire departments.
We need to be able to provide the best service possible, and this policy doesn't do it.
This is Tom Brewer, the president of the Charlotte Fire Association. He says medic and firefighters are facing the same dilemma.
Both medic and the fire department are dealing with staffing issues. Both organizations are doing mandatory overtime.
Because of the staffing issues and increased call volume, medic announced their ambulances will only rush to life-threatening emergencies with licensed sirens. Medic Medical Director Dr. Doug Swanson says it'll help free up ambulances for life-threatening and other high-priority emergencies.
We are no longer in the time where we should be responding emergency traffic to every single call within a 10-minute time frame. That is antiquated thinking.
Instead, only firefighters will rush to non-life-threatening or lower priority calls and assess the patient while medic comes as soon as possible.
And if it needs to have medic there, the captain has the ability to call and tell medic, we need your emergency response.
But Brewer says this has the potential to tie up the fire department's resources.
If we're tied up on scene for 30 minutes or 60 minutes waiting on an ambulance, well, then we can't respond to, a fire or a more serious medical call that comes in.
Charlotte Fire Deputy Chief Samuel Jones says that shouldn't happen.
If an emergency call comes in and you're on a non-emergency call, you have the ability, you have the authority to go ahead and go available and proceed to that call.
Brewer believes it's more workload to an already overworked group.
What this does is it shifts the burden from medic to the fire department.
So medics sent WCNC a statement saying that this change was well researched and that preliminary data indicates that it is safe and in the patient's best interest. Brewer says that this is only a band-aid to a bigger issue at the expense of firefighters. Lana Harris, WCNC Charlotte.